Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tending to Change. I'm your host, Jenny Juarez. So, as I'm recording this, we are just a couple days away from the U.S. election. And I've got to just say, first of all, where did October go? I mean, I cannot believe that it's already November. And the other thing I want to say is I have been feeling the full spectrum of human emotions multiple times a day. And I am so tired. Like, I am fatigued to my bones. Maybe it's all the text messages I'm getting, reminding me to take my absentee ballot to the drop box. Maybe it's the constant onslaught of news, of absurd revelation after absurd revelation, or the immense human suffering happening all over the world. Not to mention all the little things going on in my own personal life. I mean, obviously, it's all of that, right? It's all of that for all of us. And I've got to be real with you. I have been struggling all week to think about, what do I want to talk about next week? What is the theme for the next podcast episode? I have been faithfully delivering a new episode every Monday for the last 24 weeks. Through illness, through deaths in the family, I've stayed consistent and disciplined. But this week really got me. And then I realized, oh, there is my podcast episode. The Zen proverb, the obstacle is the path. You see, it is inevitable when we commit to something, whether it's a goal we're seeking to achieve, or a habit that we're looking to change or implement, it is inevitable that once we set our sights on something, we will face an obstacle. And the invitation is, instead of denying or avoiding or resisting the obstacle, that we instead acknowledge its existence and we ask ourselves, what is this trying to teach me? What if the obstacle you're facing is your greatest teacher in this moment? What if it's guiding you toward your next step? Now, obstacles can be internal or external. Internal obstacles like procrastination or negative self-talk, self-doubt, they can be very sticky. But only if we are convinced that everything we think is true and we've lost access to that higher level of consciousness that is able to observe the thoughts. Once we're able to turn our awareness toward the self-defeating thoughts, those internal obstacles begin to dissolve. External obstacles can be a little more tricky. They could be anything from physical limitations to financial limitations, plans not going how you expected, failures and disappointments. And again, the invitation is to turn toward them and ask, what can be learned here? What is the right action to take in response to this situation? So I'd just like to reflect to you my thought process when I encountered this particular obstacle of knowing that I had a deadline for recording the podcast, but not knowing what I was going to say. The first thing it caused me to do was slow down, because I know that creativity comes from presence and stillness. So if I'm in a constant rush, shifting from activity to activity, or if there's just a constant, incessant stream of thoughts running through my mind, or if I'm getting a little too addicted to words through social media, books, podcasts, music, I'm not giving my mind a chance to settle and allowing for insights to arise on their own. And then in slowing down, I'm able to think about, okay, obviously, I have a lot of responsibilities throughout the week. I'm a mother to 4 children. There's a lot of activity going on day to day. What are some practical steps that I can take to ensure that I have sufficient time to plan and prepare before sitting down to record my next episode? Scheduling, blocking time out, cultivating routines, and then reflecting on my energy levels, feeling this deep fatigue. I can note when I'm anxious, there's a tendency to mindlessly scrolling on my phone, watching TV, or any other number of activities. Can I make sure that the basics are covered? I'm getting enough rest. I'm getting adequate nutrition. I'm moving my body throughout the day, stretching, getting some exercise. Am I setting healthy boundaries with my time and how much I schedule myself? And by doing this, this obstacle actually becomes a gift. It becomes a blessing because through facing it, not only do I cultivate more awareness, more self-awareness, but I'm given the opportunity to rework my day-to-day habits and routines so that they're more supportive. I hone in on what's most important to me. What do I value the most? And I receive the opportunity to begin again. And in beginning again, I cultivate stamina, resilience, strength, fortitude, and confidence in my ability to meet any difficulty head on. So if things are hard for you right now, ask yourself, is this a message that I'm on the wrong path? Or is this a challenge to see if I'm truly committed to this path? What is this moment trying to teach you or show you? And what are some practical steps you can do to turn toward it and face it? So that's it. That's what I have for you. And of course, the underlying support for all of this inquiry and observation is space, is awareness. And so we'll end this very short episode with an awareness of breath practice. Because turning our attention toward our breath is so simple and yet so profound. Because when we are intimately connected to the act of breathing, we are not lost in thought. We create space in our mind. And so even one mindful breath creates an opening, a possibility. And when it's done many times throughout the day, over the course of many days, profound change can happen without you even meaning for it to. So wherever you are right now, taking a more dignified seat, balanced in the hips, slight toning to the belly, letting your spine be long, relaxing the shoulders, closing the eyes if it feels comfortable, but it's not necessary. Just begin to breathe in and out the nose, feeling the breath as it travels in the nostrils, expanding the chest and the rib cage, traveling deep down into the belly. And as you exhale, releasing the breath through the nose, feeling the body soften and relax. Just taking a few breaths in this way with deep attention. And as you're ready, lifting the gaze, opening the eyes. I'm sending so much love to all of you. These are truly wild times that we're living in. I'm optimistic though, because no matter what happens in these coming weeks, I know that we are getting stronger and wiser, and we're becoming more present as a collective. Consciousness is growing. So many people are waking up and longing for something deeper and more meaningful than the mundane routine that we've all been trained into. Until we connect again, take good care of yourselves and have a wonderful rest of your day.